Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive in to talking about some of our favorite fraudsters, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So, with that, let's dive right on in. So, according to All About the Housewives, Bravo's Mauricio Umansky has been sued for allegedly receiving $3.5 million in fraudulent pandemic relief loans. As you guys know, this was rampant during COVID. All of these celebrities, rich people got millions upon millions upon millions of dollars from the government when regular people weren't able to get it. And then once regular people did get it, they were asked to pay it back, which is absolutely crazy. But let's get more into this. Now we know Mauricio and Kyle are not strangers to fraud and let's say alleged fraud and lawsuits. Mauricio and his agency has been sued up the wazoo. Kyle has been a part of it, but tried to separate herself, but it's still a family business. So there's been a lot of drama there, but let's dive into what happened here. Real estate mogul Mauricio Mansky is being sued for allegedly obtaining millions of dollars in fraudulent pandemic relief loans during COVID 19. According to In Touch, Realtor LLC claims that Mauricio Umansky and his business partner, William Billy Rose, applied for and received two payroll protection programs, PPP and CARES Act loans totaling $3,521,153 for their luxury real estate firm, The Agency. Said programs were created during the pandemic to prevent companies from having to terminate employees. In its 2023 filing, Realtor LLC alleged that the agency was one of the many large profitable companies that obtained pandemic relief loans by misrepresenting their financial situations, claiming their businesses were eligible when they were not, or misrepresenting how the funds would be used. The lawsuit claimed Mauricio Umansky and Rose falsely certified that current economic uncertainty makes this loan request necessary to support the ongoing operations of their luxury real estate firm. In addition, the amounts they applied for and received exceeded the loan amount of 2.5 monthly salary with a cap of $100,000 annual salary per employee. Wow. Yeah, I mean they got $3.5 million. How many employees do they have? It's absolutely sick. The complaint the complaint claimed, adding that the businessman later applied for and received full loan forgiveness, knowing they were ineligible for the loans in the first place. So then they go and apply for loan forgiveness and get these loans forgiven for $3.5 million. What the hell is going on with our government? I blame our government for this. How did these people get past all this quote unquote red tape when regular smuggler people out here can't even make ends meet, and you already get people who have millions of dollars getting $3.5 million for this? This is crazy. I blame them too, but I also blame our government. How in the world is this happening? The filing insisted that the agency's profits would have been minimally impacted, if at all, because the revenue was based on a percentage of real estate transactions, typically between millionaires and billionaires, not consumers who were unable to buy goods or dine out because of the COVID-19 restrictions. Right. Those loans were supposed to be for like mom and pop shops, small businesses, grocery services, restaurants, hospitality, things like that, not luxury real estate who have their own TV shows on Bravo and Netflix. Well, not Netflix anymore because Buying Beverly Hills got canceled as it should have gotten canceled. This is insane. And as we know, Mauricio has been sued in his company multiple times for fraud and super shady business practices. He stabbed, his brother-in-law, Rick Hilton, in the back, which is why Kathy and Kyle had a huge falling out. I guess they're back together now after years, but it's crazy. Yikes. In fact, the lawsuit alleges that the agency's business grew massively during the pandemic. In 2019, the real estate agency had 6 billion in sales. That number rose to 6.5 billion in 2020 and ballooned to 11.2 billion in 2021. So they did billions and billions of dollars during the pandemic, but yet they got $3.5 million from the government that then got forgiven when they weren't supposed to get that money in the first place. Literally insane. Realtor LLC argued that the fraudulent loans only bolstered defendants' profits. The rep for the agency denies the allegations made in the lawsuit. The claims in this case do not reflect the reality of our operations and financial situation at the time we filed for our PP loans, and we intend to vigorously defend against these meritless claims. That's what defense people always say, meritless. Shut up. You guys are lying. Cough it up. I think the 3.5 million shouldn't go back to the government. I think it should go back to I think it should be used to pay off loans that people got during the pandemic that really truly needed the loan, but still are going through tough times. And now that loan that was supposed to help them has now just become another bill, another debt that they have to pay off. And I'm talking about like regular smuggler people, you know? Sure, the loan in the moment may have gotten them off, but like now that's like another loan to pay off. I think it should go to those people so that their loans can be forgiven. I don't think the government should be doing those loans anyway. They should be grants. They should just give the people the money. I mean, you had a spare $3.5 million to give to Mauricio Umansky and his business partners. You didn't need it. You might as well give that $3.5 million to regular smuggler people to help them out. That's crazy. The agency has also operated with the highest level of integrity in all aspects of our business. Again, not true. Even on buying Beverly Hills, Mauricio's own stepdaughter, Farah, said she wanted to leave the company because she wasn't being paid accurately. So if you're not going to pay your own stepdaughter slash daughter who brought up since she was a child, the daughter of your wife, if you're not going to pay her a fair wage, you're really not about to be for anybody. I think the only people Mauricio looks out for is himself, his father, his mother, and his biological daughters. That's who I think Mauricio actually looks out for. Okay. The agency rep insists that the company faced significant challenges. I don't even want to read this BS. Stay glued to All About the Real Housewives for the latest news and gossip. So, what do I think about all this? Another day, another fraud. I feel like, PK and Dorit, grifters and fraudsters. Kyle and Mauricio, grifter and fraudsters. Alleged insurance scams with all the house break ins. It just so happened that this summer, Farrah's house got broken into. All these things allegedly stolen. That'll be good for insurance claims. I don't know. It smells fishy to me. Mauricio also had that big, multi-million dollar, multi-million dollar lawsuit where him and his business partner allegedly did a really shady business deal with some huge mansion in like Malibu, and basically it got thrown away, dismissed, thrown out and under very suspicious circumstances. Basically, once the defense wanted to make public all the people involved in the fraud scheme, all of a sudden, then the judge decided to throw out the case, which to me seems like that's a cover up. I think that there were certain people, powerful people in high places who would have been implicated if the lawsuit continued to progress, if the lawsuit, if names were named, they did deeper dives, more discovery. And I think those big people who also in the government, because he has a lot of government contracts, in the court system, all those type of people, I think somebody higher up got the lawsuit. Again, this is my opinion, got the lawsuit thrown out because they didn't want to be exposed. I think if it were for not those people, I think he would have been found guilty of fraud and it would have continued. Because why would the court system let this case go out for 4 years, finally it gets to trial, and then all of a sudden, no, we're going to throw it away right after the defense was requesting that the names be public and unsealed of the people involved? Sounds fishy. There's a fly in the milk. But I want to know what you guys think about this. And then do you think we'll be seeing this on this season? Do you think we'll be seeing, all of the lawsuits, all of the fraud, all of the allegations? Because Kyle and Mauricio on the shows like to pretend like everything's fine, everything's great. They never talk about their own stuff. now they're bickering about their marriage, but that's just been a recent thing that they're talking about the problems that they've had, just basically since last season. So, and they definitely never talk about their money or their finances or their businesses or their lawsuits in a negative light. They just push them like everything is great, real estate, Aspen, blah, 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 blah. So let me guys know what you think. Do you think they'll be talking about this at on the show? Do we want to know what happens? And put your opinions down. Do you think that this was wrong? I do personally. But as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And with that, bye.